So that's when I got the phone call from Heyman saying, I need you to do a song for Perry Saturn and the Eliminators.
So you've made that Total Elimination song.
Yes, sir.
I think that's beautiful. I always tell people, like, you could say the Road Warriors and the Andersons, all that for successful longevity. The best tag team I've ever watched in my life for that year and a half, I know it was short-lived, was those two. I've never seen any tag team ever close.
I tend to agree with you. And if Perry hadn't broken up the team,
yes,
it would be them and the Dudleys competing to see who was the best team out of it. Right now, you got it hands down, it's the Dudleys. They've been the most successful out of any ECW.
Hands down, yes. So, but this is only a moment I could share with you and the fans understand just how good, just how like every week a new moves were coming out. You're like, I don't even know how to call that. What was that? Like, you're just like, wow. I mean, they were amazing. And I think your song complimented them because it was just like, you're effed. Here they come. That like this is that the way that song kicked in and the way they walked to the ring. And I thought Paul used his mic skills. He knew how to use him. He being low toned and intense was the way Perry Saturn needed to talk to the crowd. And I believed every word. And Corona, yeah, it was beautiful.
There was a bit of the Road Warriors formula.
Of course.
Where, Saturn did the serious shit, right?
Yeah.
Much like Animal would be like, and we're coming for you and we're going to take your belts. Tell him, Hawk. And he'd go, oh, what a rush.
Yep.
Okay. And then you had Saturn, Doc and Gordy, Doc and he would go off on selling the match. And then he would let Cronus just be Cronus, do his goofy shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Cronus was a decent enough talker, but his mind was kind of, that elevator didn't go to the top. Great guy, I miss him.
Oh gosh, and he was definitely he was really agile when he was overweight and doing moves that no one could do. But when he whipped himself into super shape, no one moved. There was no big guy that moved like that.
No,
he was so amazing.
No.
I mean. I hated when how it ended. Everybody knows how that tag team ended, but they could have been so much more, but I also understand if you're not getting along, I understand that.
There was an angle that never happened that Perry had told me about.
Please tell.
A few months before he left for WCW, he told me he wanted me to come up with a song for him and a song for Cronus, 2 different songs.
Okay.
That the Eliminators were going to lose the belt and then break up with Perry being the heel, attacking Cronus, getting on his, just really going after him until it led to a match where Cronus basically beat the living snot out of Perry Saturn, left him bloody in the ring. And then Perry would get on the microphone revealing that this was his plan all along because Cronus had, quote unquote, lost his balls.
Oh.
And he's like, I remember him telling me that I'm going to get on the mic. I'm going to say, now that you got your balls back, let's go get our belts back. And that's when they would hit total elimination for the first time in months. The Eliminators reunited, going after anybody, whoever had the titles at the time. That didn't happen. Perry went to WCW.
Yeah.
So that whole angle was thrown out the window. I'm glad it happened before I started working on the music.
I'm glad it happened with you too. Again, Paulie really had so many amazing tag teams come through and put the Eliminators over. I mean, they should have been so much more.
Yeah, they were still together when Perry left, but it would have been interesting to see that angle, Perry versus Cronus. Because Perry had mapped it out for me. And he even gave me a couple of tunes to like base his solo music on. And I'm like, what do you want me to do for Cronus? He goes, I don't know, something like Bugs Bunny. He said, talk to Cronus, whatever you want to do. It could have been that he was planning to just go singles and stay with ECW. I don't know, because the whole thing with WCW happened like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he was there 1 week, and then he was on Monday Nitro the following week.
yeah. Talk about, it was one of those. Yeah, you're right. It was this overnight. You're like, what the hell, you know? Because all us fans, we were like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
But, and you kind of knew he was going to get lost in the shuffle up there because they were just bringing names in for the sake of bringing names in. So
They were hiring ECW people just so ECW couldn't have them.